Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sienna here with a brand new video. Today's pick a card reading is going to be a message from your spirit guides. I'm going to just shorten that, abbreviate it to just spirit from this point forward, just for, I don't know, because it's easier for me. But yeah, we're going to see what kind of messages that spirit has for you based on where you're at right now. And when I say right now, I mean as of the time that you're watching this, not necessarily as of the time that I'm recording and uploading this. So first we have group 1 with our white howlite bracelet and Celeste. We have group 2 with our morganite bracelet and Cyrus and Reese. And we have group 3 with our, I think it's the aquamarine. Yeah, the aquamarine and Daisy May. All of the bracelets are courtesy of Otter Spirit, so a huge thank you to them for sponsoring my channel. Links are in the description if you want to check out their store and get some of their lovely, good quality stuff for yourself. Anyway, sponsorship segment aside, Group 1, White Howlite with Celeste. Group 2, Morganite with Cyrus and Reese. And Group 3, the Aquamarine with Daisy May. All right, so let's jump in. There's going to be a timestamp in the description and in a pinned comment, so I'll meet you there. All right, Group 1, if you were drawn to the Howlite, drawn to Celeste, or just the fact that it was group number 1, this will be your reading, the message that Spirit wants you to know. I'm going to go ahead and put these aside. And I think before I get a tarot message, we're going to get a message from the Moonology Oracle. This is not sponsored. I just really like this deck and I use it all the time. So group 1, Spirit, what is your message for them? What do they need to know today, whenever they find this video? What do they need to know? Okay, luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. I'm not an astrologer, but there could be something significant about a new moon. Maybe it's Sagittarius season. What is that, December, when you're watching this? Or just something about the moon being in that, what is it, in the position of Sagittarius or whatever. Anyway, there could be something significant about that. But like I said, not an astrologer. I'm not going to go too deep into it. But we do have that luck is on your side. Okay, so that's good to start off with. I like that. So let's get a tarot message out of our One World Tarot. Links are in the description where you can find that. So luck is on your side, group 1. Spirit, what else do you want them to know regarding this? Whoa, I need to try that again. Hang on. That's better. So, extra details. Group 1, luck is on your side. Oh, okay. Hey, Hangman. Oh, 6 of Swords and Hangman. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put those. You know what? We'll just put them there. If I need to readjust my thing in the middle of the reading, I guess I will. But 6 of Swords, Hangman. 6 of Swords as you're getting through it. That is going from chaos to calm, uncertainty to either certainty or just security with the uncertain. It's getting through things. It's that card of basically getting over it and yeah, moving on to something better, safer, more constructive, more structured perhaps. Hangman, yeah, okay. It seems like you've been in some kind of maybe feeling, because I'm getting like, for some reason, I'm hearing the words like bad luck and unlucky. Maybe you've been feeling for a long time that you have been unlucky, or you've been feeling, I'm also getting the word cursed, like wondering, oh my God, have I been cursed? Have I been, have I been hexed? Has somebody, who's messing with me? I don't think anybody is actually messing with you, cursing you, hexing you. There's that feeling, that doubt, like there's no way this many things could be going wrong all at once. Like, what the hell is this? Is this some kind of a cosmic joke? And I assure you that it's not. Your perspective even on this unlucky time that you've, been in, that could even change. You could come to some like new understanding on your like most recent situation here. But let's pull a few more cards. Eight of Pentacles. There's something about just keep working. You keep doing what you're doing. It seems like you've been doing a really good job. You're something about mastery. You are starting to master the art of letting things be crazy around you, but being okay within, and being able to just still go about your daily life and still, I think, just be calm and be, I don't know if disconnected is the right word, but you're not attached anymore. Yeah, something like that. You're not attached like emotionally or energetically to the drama or the unlucky thing or whatever it is that you've been struggling with. You've been putting a lot of work into yourself as well, a lot of inner work, inner healing. I'm not sure you realize that you've been doing it, but your resilience, despite the bad luck that you've been facing, has been actually wonderful for your spiritual growth. You call the shots with the Emperor. Maybe you've been feeling like you're very like reactive. Oh, I keep bumping my thing. Sorry, guys. But yeah, maybe you've been like feeling like you're just very reactive in life and just letting things happen, and you're finding it really difficult to like find your footing and actually, put your foot down and be like, no, I don't want this. I want this. No, I want to do this. I'm really tired of doing that. I don't know if you've been listening to yourself quite enough, Group 1, like recently. Maybe that's part of why you've been having such a difficult time. I like that luck is on your side. You call the shots. You are being asked to be brave, standing up for yourself, speaking up, asking for what you want. Yeah, okay, there's something about new doors opening up with this Ace of Wands when, Queen of Cups, when you stop, I think, hiding your feelings. When you ask for help or you ask for what you need or what you want, it's like there's a new opportunity here for your growth. Sometimes people don't realize that you're struggling unless you actually say it to them. Sometimes people just see, oh, well, you know what? They're making it work. They're managing. It's fine. They haven't asked for help. If they need help, they'll ask, So maybe that's something to keep in mind, that may be something you need to do. You find that you have a lot more luck with things like your projects or your relationships or something like that when you actually express, hey, I feel really overwhelmed by doing this, or I feel really stressed out by the number of things that are on my plate right now. Can somebody help me with this? Or you're going to have to, your mileage may vary. You're going to have to readjust it to your situation and what will be best appropriate. But maybe you just need to do something like that. In what areas, let's ask this, Spirit, in which areas will Group 1 find themselves very lucky in the near future? In what ways is Group 1 going to find themselves very lucky? Queen of Swords, something about gaining wisdom and insight. So could be, in the field of education, maybe those of you who are in some kind of post-secondary or something like that, you could be finding that you have better luck. Maybe you were having trouble understanding what the assignment was asking, and you've been trying to sort of just plod along and keep doing the best you could, but it's a little hard to do things correctly when you don't have all the info. Maybe where you ask for help is like you ask your instructor, or another student, or you ask somebody, like, what is this actually asking me to do? Because here's my understanding of it. I want to make sure that my understanding is correct. And then you get the information that you need, and then you find out your luck like improves, because you're like, oh, I didn't even realize it had to be like this. Okay, then your assignment, your next few assignments, and maybe your next few tests or assessments or whatever end up going much better, because you just have this better understanding. King of Wands, confidence and charisma. Okay, and well, that Queen of Swords, those swords are all about the verbal communications, all about the mind and the words and things like that. So maybe or likely, I had both words come to mind. You gain confidence, you learn how to ask for help with this one thing, and that you get the help you need and you get the results that you're looking for, or better than what you were hoping for. And then that gives you the confidence to be like, okay, well, if I could ask for help with this, well, maybe let's see what happens if I speak up about this thing. And then maybe you see results there or something, and you're like, okay, well, that worked. I feel brave enough to go ask for this, or I feel brave enough to go approach this person that I like and ask them for, a date, or ask them to go for coffee or something like that. You're more confident, and yeah, definitely more charismatic. You could also find, now this is we're going to actually keep these that fell out. I love seeing a matching pair, by the way. But anyway, I'm also just feeling instructed to share with you. You could also find you needed help with like an aspect of your social life and your social skills. Maybe you have trouble understanding people's intentions, and it just makes you, or made you feel really hesitant to talk to people, or you just have trouble understanding people, or something like that. Or understanding, well, what does it mean when people say this, or when they do this? Like, what is that cue? What am I supposed to take from that? And then you learn it. Either you do the research on it and figure it out, or somebody very compassionately and very, I'm going to say bluntly and thoroughly points it out to you and teaches you. So that gives you more confidence. Oh, okay, so when somebody acts like this, that's what it usually means. Okay, and so I should respond like so. Oh, okay. And then you find that with this new knowledge that you have, maybe you find you have better luck with your friendships and your social life. And, maybe you find, maybe you do understand people better, maybe you don't. Maybe you just have a better understanding of what kinds of things they'll react to and generally how. But it makes something about, socializing and having friendships and other kinds of personal relationships, personal connections a lot easier. You find you just have better luck with that. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Well, yeah, I guess this makes sense. Increased knowledge, increased wisdom because of something you've learned from somebody who was very effective at showing it or teaching it to you. You're able to carry this knowledge with you now and potentially be able to share it with someone else. Now, does it have to just be, knowledge on, well, here's how you do this project, or, oh, well, here's what this social cue means, or here, no. But do you know in your gut feeling what your situation is and whether or not this message is resonating? It's the energy, it's the principle of the thing. The specific examples, you can take them or leave them, but it's the energy. Yeah, and the energy here is that your social life, your confidence, your knowledge, your wisdom, your maturity, it all just increases and gets so much better as a result of you speaking up, asking for help, and starting to, I would say, call the shots in your own life. And by that, it's like well, I'm not going to wait for this person to come to me, or I'm not going to wait for this friend to text me first. You know what? Maybe I'll go and say hi to them first, or I'll go message them first. Again, your mileage may vary because your situations will vary, right? But it seems like you're going to be given the tools you need to navigate what you're dealing with right now. And yeah, like I said, luck's on your side. You're going to have a better time. It's going to turn out better than you think it will, and it's going to turn out better than it would have if you hadn't reached out and asked for help. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Group 1. I really hope that this was helpful. Private readings are still open for now. There is a link in the description where you can book with me. And if you liked this video, thanks. I'm really happy you're here. You know what to do. Every YouTuber gives you the like and share, like and subscribe thing, but you already know that. You've heard it a million times. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you again in my next video. Okay, Group 2. If you were drawn to Cyrus and Reese, which is like one of Animal Crossing's cutest couples, or if you were drawn to the multicolor Morganite bracelet, it reminds me so much of springtime. It actually reminds me a lot of Easter and like coloring Easter eggs, or just like, I don't know, like fresh flowers or something. I love these pastel tones. Anyway, drawn to the Morganite bracelet, Reese or Cyrus, or just the fact that it was group number 2, this will be your reading. All right. We're going to start off with an oracle message from the Moonology Oracle. Not sponsored, I just really like that deck a lot. Spirit, what does group 2 need to know right now? Oh, that's not really good shuffling. Let's try that again. What do they need to know right now as of the time that they're watching this? Let's see. Okay. Okay, work through your fears. And then new moon in Scorpio, but I'm not an astrologer. I won't go too deep into the whole new moon in Scorpio thing, but if astrology is something that you understand and resonates well with you, there could be something significant there about, the moon being in its new moon phase, or the moon being in the position of Scorpio. I don't remember what the terminology with all of that is, but or something about Scorpio season, depending on when you watch this. But anyway, there could be something important to you that kind of strikes your intuition there. But the main thing I'm getting here is work through your fears. Spirit wants you to process something. I think it's something that maybe you feel like is keeping you stuck, or if you've been feeling like you're stuck in life lately, maybe you're not even sure why. But it's because of something, deep down that needs to be examined and processed. Okay, we're going to keep 7 of Cups. We're going to keep 2 of Pentacles. There's perhaps confusion here because there are so many maybe different options to take. Maybe you're doing 2 things at once and you need to decide between one, or you need to decide which one is, going to better serve you. That could be for some of you financially, and for some of you that could be emotionally. But you still have fears. Fears of choosing the wrong thing. Yeah, you have a lot of ideas. I see that. A lot of desires, a lot of ideas, and then maybe narrowed them down into like 2 different possibilities or something. Wheel of Fortune. You've really been thinking about your what is your destiny? What is your soul's path? What is meant, what's meant for you? What is in your best, what am I trying to say? What is in best alignment, for you? I can understand confusion about that. Worried that you're not going to have enough for the future with our 10 of Pentacles here, but you will. Spirit wants you to know that you will. Your needs will be met in the present and in the future. I'm trying to remember like the actual way to word this particular quote, but I know it's in the Bible, and it's something about, worry not about the needs of tomorrow, because tomorrow will take care of itself. And then I'm reminded of something. You're going to have to correct me in the comments. I haven't practiced Christianity in a very long time, but sometimes I do get reminded of things that I did learn, in Sunday school growing up, or sometimes I get reminded of things I've learned from even other religions. But anyway, something about the lilies of the field and how they don't worry about like how they're taken care of, because something about like, God will meet your needs, will supply you with the sun and the rain or whatever, like something like that. There's just something about don't worry because you are already taken care of. That's the point I'm trying to make. You're already taken care of. So how can group 2 work through their fears of not having their needs met, their fears of choosing the wrong path in life, or their fear of choosing the wrong thing? Okay, there's hangman, there's sit back and wait just a second. If maybe you've been rushing into something, maybe you're being called to just hang on a sec, just think about this for a minute. And what you have to think about, that's going to depend on you. Do I have the resources necessary in order to accomplish, whichever thing on the path or of your ideas that you want to pursue? Do I have, how will I budget for this? How will I make time for this? And then sometimes you just got to take your inspired action. Maybe you apply for a job, or you apply to go back to school, or you enter a contest, or you submit a manuscript or something for review. You've done what you can, and then there's this like, just wait. Okay, so there's, wait and see. While you're waiting to hear back, there's, again, the working through the fears, working through the lack mindset, the scarcity mindset of, I don't have enough, I don't know. You will have enough. You'll have your needs met. There will be some way in which Spirit, arranges for things to work out. But what else can pile 2 or group 2 do to work through their fears? The Magician. Okay, there's some manifestation work. If that is a practice that you have that is dear to you or that resonates with you, but there's also just having the mindset or the knowledge that you can do so many things. I wanted to say you can do anything, but we do have human limitations, and there are some things that maybe are not safe for everybody physically or mentally to do, or within everybody's budget or geographical restrictions. I don't know, but I'm just getting like, there are so many things you can do, and Spirit wants you to like think about what ideas make you excited, even if it seems lofty and it's like, well, wouldn't that be nice if I could X, Y, and Z. Still, think about it and visualize it, and how does it make you feel, and visualize yourself doing something that still gives you that same feeling of wow, I have hope for the future, or like, I would love to, I would be happy getting up every morning if it meant I could do this. And just knowing that things happen, like you can make things happen, Spirit can make things happen. Sometimes the word miracle comes up. Sometimes miracles happen. Sometimes we are definitely surprised by Spirit or by the universe, whatever you want to call that, with things entering our lives that we did not expect. So what other advice does group 2 need during this time? And I like knowing that you do figure out what the next steps for your life will be. I forgot to mention that, I think, with the Wheel of Fortune, but you do figure it out. So if you're afraid that you're not going to figure it out, don't worry. Five of Cups and Strength. I'm going to just... the light glare is a bit of a problem sometimes, so I really hope that is not too disruptive. Anyway, yeah, Strength and Five of Cups. Okay, so you have too many things on your... I'm hearing too many things on the docket, too many things on your plate, just too many things, and you will have to drop a couple of your ideas. Does it mean permanently? Not necessarily. There are some things you may have to postpone, or you may just have to cancel it for now and stop making plans towards it, but then revisit it in the future. That might be hard for some of you, especially with that Five of Cups being about the emotions, the feelings of loss, the feelings of grief or regret. But the Strength card next to it means it's okay. You might be disappointed at first, but you're actually... by dropping things, let's say you had all these different ideas. Let's say you had 5 different potential goals for your future. Maybe one of them was go back to university. One of them was like apply for a new job. Maybe one of them was try for a baby. Maybe another one is try to buy a house. Maybe another one is, I don't know, like whatever other kind of goal you're trying to manifest. Or maybe you're trying to publish a book and you're trying to do all of this stuff at the same time. You're going to have to let go of a couple of things. And now obviously your goals are going to be different than the example ones I've said here, but maybe instead of worrying so much about going back to school, maybe you do just have to get settled into a new job for a little while and save some money. Or maybe instead of writing the book and forcing yourself to get stuff done on timelines, if you're not working with a publisher or a manager or something like that. If you are and you're working in a contract and stuff, that's different. You will have to still adhere to the timelines or whatever. But if you're not, you may have to drop that notion of, I'm going to have this book published this year. Doesn't mean give up on the book. It just means, like, let's say you do end up going back to school. Maybe it just means you stop writing the book 8 hours a day because you have schoolwork to do, or you have something else, to do, right? So you're going to have to just drop a couple of things in order to make room for something else. But eventually you're going to realize that what you've dropped or what you've left behind, sometimes it's that it just wasn't right for you. And sometimes it's just, oh, you know what? Wrong timing. It's something I would love to have and could have, but right now I'm just not in the position to do this in the best way, right? Strength. Spirit's not going to make you give up on something that's really important to you. We are given desires in our hearts, and we're given passions, and we're given like talents and abilities and stuff for a reason. Spirit's not going to give you the desire to, maybe you do get to write this book, I don't know. Spirit gives you the desire to write the book, but they're not going to be like, haha, just kidding. I gave you this desire and the creative writing talents and the way with words just for, you to be stuck working retail forever because, haha, cosmic joke. Maybe you do have to work retail for a while you're writing the book, but it doesn't mean you don't get to write the book. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But yeah, point is, you're dropping things that are just going to be more like obstacles, things that will make your path a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. There's things you can revisit, but just not right now. Strength. You are going to start moving towards what will be best for you. If you don't know what it is you need to postpone or set aside for later, Spirit will make that very clear to you. Either opportunities will remove themselves, maybe you'll receive rejections, or you will be ghosted. It's not okay when people do that. It sucks, but I'm just saying that those are ways that in which
things might leave your life. That's the form that it might take. Or a program at your university of choice suddenly is unavailable and you have to wait a year or wait a semester. In that time, you will be put on a path, given the knowledge that you need, given, sometimes we're like, I'm not going to say given a new desire. It's something you've wanted for a long, long time. But maybe like a new spark or like a newfound desire for this thing. Okay. I feel like I'm not being very clear, but I don't know. I really hope that was resonating with somebody. Let's just get a couple more messages here. Work through your fears. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Justice. Things will even out. Yeah. Work through your fears of what you want in your life not happening. Work through your fears of not having the resources, not having the time or the money or the mental bandwidth. Some people are afraid, oh my gosh, I'm not smart enough to do this because I have whatever condition, or I'm not smart enough to do this because these were the grades I got in school. I don't know. Or like, I'm not smart enough to do this because no one's ever really told me that I was. Well, it's going to be worked out. Okay. You're going to work through these things. I recommend therapy. I always recommend therapy for everybody. If that is something you have access to. If not, there are other resources that could help you. I think online there are lots of videos made by professional therapists that can give really good advice, or maybe you have a friend or a wise family member or somebody who can help you to work through some of your issues, some of your insecurities, some of your worries. Let's get one last message for you guys, group 2. Yep. Ace of Wands, new beginning. Yeah, see, you find what that new path is going to be. And the wands they're that suit of fire. The wands are all about the fire, the passion, the doing of the thing. So yeah, it's okay. You'll figure out the next steps to take on your path. Your needs will be met. It will be taken care of. I'm hearing from Spirit, like, we're watching, you're being supervised, you're being looked after. We're not going to let you struggle. We're not going to leave you hanging. We're not going to lead you down a certain path just for you to fail. Okay, so that is the message that I have for you guys in group 2. I hope that was helpful. Private readings are still open for now. There is a link in the description of this video, and actually all my videos, where you can book with me. If you liked this video, you know what to do. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate your viewership, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Okay, group 3, this is your reading. If you were drawn to Daisy May, our little turnip piglet, or the aquamarine bracelet. Yeah, it is the aquamarine. I can't remember if I called it by its proper name in the intro, but anyway. Or just the fact that this was group number 3, this will be your reading, what Spirit wants you to know. First, we're going to start by getting an oracle message from the Moonology deck. Not sponsored, I just really like the deck. Spirit, what does group 3 need to know on their journey through life as of the time that they find this video and start watching it? Okay. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, not an astrologer, but there could be something significant about the full moon, something significant about Virgo season, or the moon being in the sign of Virgo or the position of Virgo. I don't know. I don't know all the terminology, so we're just take whatever resonates there. But the main point is that you are good enough. Okay. Extremely important to start out on. I love getting that message just right off the bat. What else does Spirit need you to know? Group 3, you are good enough. You are capable. You are smart. I'm being reminded of, it's a British radio show from years ago. It's called Cabin Pressure. And there's a character named Carolyn, one of the protagonists. And at one point she says, I think she says it to herself, something like, I am a terrifically wise and capable woman. You are a terrifically wise and capable person, Group 3. Very wise and very capable. I noticed 2 of Swords a couple times cutting the deck. Yeah, you've been struggling because you haven't been able to see the part of you, you know, I'm going to say all of you is good enough, but the parts of you that are good. We always seem to notice our own shortcomings and what we perceive to be our flaws. We seem to really notice and fixate on the things that we tend to criticize in ourselves. And you just weren't seeing those good things about you. So Spirit, what is Group 3 not seeing about themselves? What are those good things about themselves that they just, yeah, they're not seeing it, or they don't believe it? Sometimes we grow up being, you know, bullied or ignored or something, or, you know, in some way made to feel like we're not worthy. And then, you know, later in life we are told, oh, you are beautiful. You are such a good person. I love you. You are worthy. You are good enough. And we struggle to believe that, right? So what is it that Group 3 is not seeing about themselves? The ability to rest is a strength. There's something about strength and character with knowing when it's time to take a break. You might be chastising yourself and calling yourself lazy, but you're not. You're actually prioritizing, there's your physical well-being by either getting enough sleep or just not overdoing activities. But there's also like your mental and your emotional, I think, well-being by like there's something about calming your mind and not overloading your mind. Perhaps you live quite simply. Kind of getting that. I get the word unplugged. I'm hearing acoustic. So for some of you, no frills, simple, restful. But yeah, maybe you see that inner, I call it the inner mean girl, but you can call it whatever you want. The inner critic sees that as, oh, you're lazy. You're not being productive. You are here on purpose. You are meant to be here with Wheel of Fortune. Some of us, a lot of us, maybe all of us from time to time wonder, why am I here? I did not ask to be born. Why did I come here? Why, or, you know, some of us that have this particular spiritual belief, why did my soul sign up for this? Why the frick did I agree to this? What the fuck is this? Like, you know, you're meant to be here. Maybe people made you feel like you weren't meant to be here. Maybe people who raised you made you feel like, or even told you that you were an accident, or that like you just are so much more trouble than you're worth. Like, oh, I really wish I'd never had kids, or I really wish that you had been different. I wish you'd been born a girl, or I wish you'd been born a boy. I wish you'd been more like your brother, or more like your sister, or more like your cousin, or, you know. But you, in your form, the way you are, with your quirks, with your inner workings, with your unique perception of life and of reality, that's all here on purpose. There are no accidents when it comes to people being here. Sometimes, you know, perhaps we come as a surprise to our parents. My parents were always very careful not to ever use the word accident with me. They said I was a surprise. They always wanted 4 kids, and I'm the 3rd out of 4. But they wanted to space it out more. But, you know, I showed up a little bit earlier than than mom anticipated. And that's okay, right? That's not an accident. I learned eventually, like from a spiritual perspective, I was born at the time I was, in the era that I was, for a reason. And so are you. No matter what those circumstances were for you getting here, being here, it's on purpose. You belong. You belong here. That's what I'm saying, is you belong here. 8 of Wands, fast movement, quick flowing energy. And this is a good thing about you. Let's clarify. You're always generating new ideas. I see. Your brain moves quite quickly. For some of us, that is a bit of a challenge, especially those who are a little neurodivergent and the brain is always moving a little too quickly. But I'm just saying, like, in general, I think it's good that you have an active imagination. You have an active mind. It's like there's just this constant flow. You don't become stagnant inside. You're open-minded as well. I'm getting like you're very patient. You're very, Page of Cups. You might be very young watching this, actually, and wondering what your place in the world is now, but we'll keep moving on with this. We'll get there. But okay, Page of Cups. There is also an energy I'm picking up of, like, it's childlike, but it's good. It's your ability to enjoy your life, your ability to enjoy these ideas that come to you, these maybe creative ideas, or ideas that, even if you don't think you're a very creative person, maybe you inspire other people to do creative things with the ideas that you have. And just the simple childlike joy, the simple calm joy I'm seeing just about living in the world. And maybe you have some insecurities about that because you see other people around you are real go-getters. They're on that grind or that hustle or whatever. I don't know. I can't keep up with the slang, but you know what I mean. Those that are always like overachieving and doing all of these great things, which, like, okay, good for them. That's cool. But that's not the one and only way that you should live life. It's okay to live a little bit more slowly, even if your brain moves quite quickly and your ideas come bang, 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 boom in really fast, and your inspiration and stuff. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. I think you're also very good with children. Group 3, I see that, especially with Page of Cups and 8 of Wands. You're able to keep up with them. You have the you can match their energy, even though you're an adult, young adult, older adult, whatever. But maybe you feel insecure about that because you know, maybe people think you're childish or you're immature, or it's like, oh, well, she's just not like us. She's just not on our level. Well, guess what? Those people are full of bullshit. Those people are full of bull. And society, there are aspects. I'm going to say not all aspects of society, and everybody's society that they live in is going to be a little different depending on where you are. But I'm going to say social norms are often they're there because it's just what is commonly done within your particular culture or community. Excuse me, but they're not a rule, right? They're not the only way to live, but sometimes we're socialized to be like, yep, you check these boxes, you meet these milestones, you have these accomplishments, and that is how you live a valid, good life that is worth, remembering or leaving behind, whatever. That's a lie. Sure, those things can enrich your life, and for some people that does make their lives better, but if you like just vibing, just you being you and existing day to day, and it's not in a directionless or unmotivated kind of way. It's not, and again with the word lazy, you're not lazy. It's not in a slothful, type of way. That's okay. If you want to abandon the notion that You must go to university. You must be married by this age. You must pop out this many children by this age. You must work full time, but raise your kids as if you don't work. And you must, like all these different rules, I'm going to say in quotes, rules that we have. If you don't want to follow that, you don't have to. And maybe it's abandoning those social expectations that helps you get from this place of insecurity and doubt to, well, from chaos to calm, from tough times to better times. That's what that Six of Swords is all about. You are good enough. Just live in your life just the way it is. Whether you work your way up from a janitor to a CEO or, I don't know, whatever. You work your way all up the ladder of any career or any social group that you're in, or, or you just want to just exist, whether you're doing that or you're just living as a mountain man, doing the Gandalf thing, or not Gandalf, who is, it's Lord of the Rings. I think we see him in the Hobbit movies for sure. He is a wizard. He's like a druid. And under his hat, he's got like a bird nest in his hair, and he's got birds like living in his beard. I can't remember his name, but somebody in the comments knows, so correct me, please. But if you want to just vibe and be a mountain man or mountain woman, you want to just exist and go through, go with the flow of life while also, taking inspired action when you feel called to do so, that is fine. You are completely allowed. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. If that is what makes you happy, that is absolutely okay. You want to meet all the societal milestones? Sure. Okay. If that is going to make you happy, but if you are already happy just doing your thing, being you, let's just say, for example, there's a couple that lives together with their dogs. They have no children. They have no desire for children. They both work just average jobs. They put in their 8 hours every shift, and they go home and they play video games and they live their life, and it's just chill. They're not accomplishing like all these big lofty goals like of world travel or a perfect home or a perfect family, and they're happy like that. That is awesome. That is absolutely a valid and wonderful way to live life. So if that is like the energy that kind of resonates with you, Spirit's saying, you're fine. You're golden. You're going to be happier when you realize that the way that you are is good enough. The way that you live, perhaps like the hobbies that you have, the way you wish to spend your time, the things you wish to do, that's all right. You don't have to accomplish great big lofty things in order to live a valid life and be good enough as a person. You just have to be here. I'm going to say you have to be here. You have to be love. You still got to show love and kindness to others and to yourself. And you just got to do your best. But you're going to enjoy it a lot more. Yeah. This is good. This is good. And now I'm thinking of that folk song. It's a gift to be simple. It's a gift to be free. I don't remember the rest of the song, but you can look it up. There's just something about that. Like you live with the gift of simplicity. And that is good enough. All right. I hope that was helpful. I hope that made any kind of sense. That's what I have for you, Group 3. Thank you so much for watching this. Private readings are still open for now. If you wanted to look at this in a more detailed or personalized way, the link is in the description to my booking page. And if you liked watching this, awesome, thank you. You know what to do. Thanks so much for being here and for supporting my channel in the ways that you guys do. And I'll see you next time in our next upload.